Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!
Welcome back to the Jenny McCarthy Show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. I'm so excited. She's been on before. I love her. She's so talented. Listen to that Chicago accent. She's so talented. Constance Zimmer, welcome back to my show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're so good. The show's unreal, for real. Season 4 on Hulu. Can you believe 4 seasons?
No, it's been crazy because I think that when we did the first season was when I came to see you.
That's right.
Right? And it was trying to explain it without saying the words bachelor or bachelorette or trying to say like it's like a dating competition show. And now we're like, yes, that's exactly what it's based on.
It's congratulations, because I'm so happy anytime an actress comes in here and they're saying I'm in season 4, season 5, season 6, because it's so hard, this business, isn't it?
It is. Well, and especially now because, I mean, in a good way, we have so many places for television to exist, right? But it also makes it that you don't really have to keep stuff on now because there's so much more content. So yeah, I'm pleasantly pleased that we lasted 4 seasons, and now that they dropped all episodes at once on Hulu as like a surprise, I love it because then it became like Hulu and Unreal are like Beyonce, you know. So I was like, oh my God, our show's in the same sentence as Beyonce.
I think it's so important for these streaming things to not wait week after week. I'm like, no, people want to binge. That's the whole point of like these great new streamings, and then they're holding it off each week. I'm like, don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
We're
and
junkies.
this show needed to be binged. It's a show that when you watch one episode, you don't want to wait a week to then go back into that crazy world. You just want to keep diving.
And the most, I'm sure, consistent, annoying question that I'm still going to ask you is, now when you do glance at The Bachelor, is it a fun, different perspective to go like, oh my God, I totally know what's going on? Or you just stay clear away from it?
Yeah, I watched one season before I started shooting the show, just so I could understand what it was. Because when I read the script, I was so confused. I didn't understand what was happening. But I don't watch it. I've never gotten into it. It bothers me so much. I mean, I did try and watch it, go to like a viewing party after I had done the show, and I couldn't do it. I was texting with the creator the whole time, and I was like, they did a hot air balloon. They did a tantric sex scene. Like, it was crazy. I thought I can't watch this.
No, and you do such a good job in this character. Where can we see it going this season?
This season's pretty rough. I mean, if people thought that we were kind of like all balls out before,
totally.
This season's insane. It gets very dark. Our characters are pushed pretty much to their stopping points. I mean, it's enabling addicts, and sometimes Quinn has to be the bigger person this season and kind of allow Rachel to fall because she's gone beyond anything that I think Quinn ever wanted to create. Like, you can create somebody and say, that's along the lines of what I thought I was doing, but when they go past everything you wanted them to do, you're like, I can't, I gotta go, I'm out.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't even find a backstory explanation for sometimes your own character's reasoning.
Oh, and
it's so out there.
Yeah, we had a lot. I mean, there's a lot of discussions, and there's going to be a lot of discussions, I think, after people see the show, because there's we talk about rape, we talk about sexual assault, we talk about it's a lot.
It's like a heavy Brady Bunch episode.
Yeah. Yes.
Sit down, kids.
If they all got their period at the same time.
Do you watch Love Island by chance, or any?
I don't.
What is your go-to TV? Westworld, Handmaid's Tale?
Handmaid's Tale for sure. I'm also obsessed with Glow right now.
Ooh.
On Netflix, about the female wrestlers. It's fantastic.
Is it great?
It's really great.
Okay, good. I have to watch that.
So that I've been watching. I want to get into Ozark.
Oh, you haven't seen that yet?
No, I haven't. I'm behind.
Oh, that's a good one to binge. It's a great one to binge.
Yeah, okay.
Handmaid's Tale, were you disappointed in the ending? There's been a lot of controversy surrounding the ending of like people not liking it.
I haven't gotten to the ending of the season 2 yet, so don't tell me. I have to watch that show. I can't watch that all at once. It's too dark. It's too dreary. I go to bed and I'll have like nightmares.
Get depressed.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. And then I have to say, it's TV, Jenny. But then that show is so well done that you go, wait a minute. We're not that far away from this happening.
Yeah.
That's the shit that goes on in your head.
Oh, no, I agree. That's why I think I can watch like 2 at once, and then I have to take a breath and have a drink.
Do you have like Hulu parties where you see each other or no? Are there upfronts like for Hulu where you see all the other?
Well, this is what's so crazy. So when Hulu got the show from Lifetime, they dropped it all on Monday as a surprise and announced it was the final season at the same time. So the Hulu promotion that we've done was just Monday. That was the first time we'd ever done press with Hulu, because that was when they told everybody that they had the show and that they were dropping it all at once. And then now I'm here in New York doing this press today, and then that's it, because the show's, everybody's seen it. Like, not everybody, obviously, but a lot of people. But
now they will after listening to this.
Yes, true.
Because we're really selling it. Unreal season 4 on Hulu right now. I want to ask you, you're also coming back to House of Cards.
Yes.
What a great show.
Yeah, another final season show, which is exciting.
I'm so happy that the cast gets to continue, because there's so many of these situations with Roseanne, and you know what I'm talking about, like that people get screwed over,
Yeah.
And
well, I think what people need to know as well is that it was always the final season before all of this happened. And I think that's an important bit of information, because we don't want anyone to believe that they were going to end the show just because of that. Right. We've done too much work for too long to have one person to kind of take everybody down. And I'm very proud of Netflix.
100%.
And MRC, they were great.
Robin Wright, who I know, first of all, she's one of the most talented actresses and one of the nicest women I've met in the industry. Yeah. And she, I saw her like break down a little bit on TV talking about it. Where are you emotionally?
Yeah, I think for all of us, we were all in shock and surprise, because it's not like it's anything that any of us witnessed, and we're all speaking from our own experience. He was nothing but professional and kind, and he's an incredible actor, and I was in awe of him, working with him, and that's what I know. That's my experience. So yeah, it was hard and it was different, but we kept going because the crew deserves it and the cast deserves it and the fans deserve it, and that's what matters, to finish telling the story no matter what.
And, I've been very open and honest about my own casting couch situations, and I've been talking about them for 20 years. It's only now people are like listening. Yeah. Have you dealt with the MeToo movement scenarios? Have you had issues at casting sessions?
I mean, I don't think anything that I experienced is anywhere near what everyone else is talking about. So mine don't really feel that significant, because they were like, whatever, nothing happened because I left the situation. But obviously, being asked to take your shirt off and audition in a bra when the part doesn't call for that, but I walk out of the room and I don't get the part. And so, but that's one situation, one time, one person. So that's
But it's so good to hear that. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of these actresses think it's only happened to me. Like when I went out and said 20 years ago that Steven Seagal asked me to take my dress off in an audition, then other girls came up to me and then felt validated, like, oh my God, it happened to me too. And then other girls were warned to not go into that type of situation. So for you to even mention it, I think empowers more girls to be able to walk out of the room.
Right.
So if it happened to Constance, then I can too walk out of this room.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's what I hope and believe that all of this is doing for women. Now they don't feel alone, and they don't feel afraid or ashamed to talk about it, because it's not like, oh, I brought this on, or this is something that doesn't happen to anyone else. So I do believe that any bit of information that people share is hopefully helpful. But, it's hard when you're like, my story pales in comparison. I feel like I'm okay.
I totally get that. Like, you don't want to
Yeah.
compare to some of those severe stories.
Right.
And I'm just feeling like yours is probably more common, though, than those. You know what I
True.
mean? There's a lot of, I was around playmates, and those poor girls, they were considered hookers back in the day, you know?
It's insane.
It's insane. Do you feel like there's been a lot of men called out for what they've done? Do you think they deserve second chances?
I think it depends on their situation. I think it depends on what they are being accused of, and if it is something that deserves a second chance. Because a lot of them, they were given a second chance and a third chance and a fourth chance, but nobody knew about it. So that's where I think it's a little bit of a sticky situation.
Have you seen the shift of women becoming more empowered around you?
For sure. Absolutely.
Good.
I do. I think that everybody keeps saying this is not a moment, it's a movement. And I think it's true. I mean, we have to move forward from this. We're definitely not going backwards, that's for sure.
No.
And I have to tell you, like, there have never been on sets, on call sheets, a human resource person's number or contact information. And that is now on call sheets. So
That's
now,
amazing.
You know what I mean? Now there's somebody you can actually call and say, hey, this was not cool, or this is inappropriate, or whatever. Whereas before, that was not available. So
No.
that's already a change, and
That makes
definitely
me
a step forward.
so happy to hear. And I know that there's still some, guys in the industry that are like, this is getting ridiculous. We can't even talk to a female on the set. That's unfair, because of course you can still talk to us. It's just a matter of, you can't grab my butt and then say, if you're bored, come in my trailer later.
Right. Exactly.
You can still say, hey, you look really pretty today. That's
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the fondling with the meet me later scenario.
Agreed.
I'm talking to Constance Zimmer. She's got the show Unreal Season 4 on Hulu now. She's going to also be coming back to House of Cards, like she said, in its last season. What else do we have coming from you?
Those are it right now, but
Well, because you are a little busy.
This is actually, as soon as I'm done here in New York, it'll be like my first break in a year and a half, pretty much. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all.
I hear you, sister.
Yeah.
Those are like the greatest times to go on vacation because you actually worked. Because people don't realize in this industry, you're in a constant state of unemployment.
Right.
It's your show's done. Oh, I'm unemployed. Like, you're a freelancer. So when you have consistent work, it is a freaking goddamn blessing.
Yeah, and I love it. And the fact that I got to go back to House of Cards when I was finished with Unreal, it was such a great kind of bookending, and yeah. But now, of course, I'm like, okay, so when I go home today, how many days will it take for me to think, what do I want to do next?
How about this? I guarantee you by the time you get home, because it's a human nature. We always want to know what's next.
I know. Well, I have a couple of ideas. I have a couple of projects that I want to kind of be involved in from the ground up, because
Good.
I just feel we need a little bit more of that from the beginning. We need women who have opinions, that have seen enough, been through enough, been on enough shows, and now I want to bring that with me and be able to have a little bit more control.
Well, if anyone can do it, I would say you.
Well, that's nice of you. I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try.
I feel it from you, girl. I feel it.
Okay.
Constance, I'm so happy for you. And thank you so much for coming and stopping by. Unreal
you.
Season 4 on Hulu now. You have a friend in us, so come back and promote every other next opportunity, because there'll be a billion.
Aw, thanks, Jenny.
Thank you, girl.
Bye.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!